Good morning, Sylacauga and surrounding areas. Welcome to the show. This is Employment Opportunities for Randy Clark. Just a reminder, if you happen to miss the show this morning or you want to go back and review it, you can go to the WOIL Facebook page or go to YouTube TV, WOIL TV 47, Employment Opportunities for Randy Clark. And have we got a special guest with us today? We're going to learn about the nursing field today. And my special guest is Heather Hawthorne Medine. Welcome, Heather.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm good.
Thank you for coming in.
Yes, sir.
Let's go ahead and get started.
Okay.
Tell us a little something about Heather. Maybe tell us who your kids are, your parents.
Well, my parents are Biddy and Bobby Hawthorne. I was raised here in Sylacauga. I have 4 children, Molly, who's 24, Thomas is 20, Neely Kate's 13, and Max is 8.
Okay, great. At what age did you decide you wanted to become a nurse?
I think I was about 25, and I had done some mortgage work, and the market had crashed at the time, and I decided, well, it's time, do something different. And I said, I think I want to do this. And I started in 2008. I was about 30 years old. And I finished in 2011. I did my LPN first.
Okay.
And worked for a little while and then went back.
Okay. Now, just hypothetically speaking, if a young girl or a young guy decides in school that they want to get in the nursing field, can't they start while they're in high school?
Yes, now in high school they have that HOSA program, I think is what it's called, where they go to a nursing class every day with a nurse and they learn about things. But they also can do the dual enrollment at CAC and take their basic classes while they're in high school.
Okay.
So that when they get out, they can go ahead and start.
Okay, great. Now, what are the pros and cons versus a 2-year college versus a 4-year college, and what does, I'm kind of confused on that.
Well, you go to a 2-year college and you get what they call an associate's degree.
Okay.
You go to the 4-year college, you get your bachelor's degree right off the bat.
Okay.
I did the 2-year program because it was quicker for me and I could work while I went back to school. Which is why I did the LPN program, and then I bridged over to RN.
Okay.
It was just so I could get through, start working, and then continue going to school while I was working.
Okay.
A 4-year college, you go straight through, you get your bachelor's, you're done, unless you go back into the, the doctoral program. But as far as money costs, to me, it's cheaper to just do the 2-year program and then work and do the online program for your bachelor. That's just my opinion, but people do it different ways.
Name a couple schools that's close by where somebody can go. I know CAC.
CAC has a great nursing program, which is where I went. And then Southern Union also has one. And then Jeff State in Birmingham has one. And then there's a few in Montgomery that I'm not familiar with. But real close by, you have Southern Union and CAC for sure.
Okay, great. Now, say you want to work in a hospital, what determines which department or field of nursing that you choose, or does a hospital choose according to their openings, or is it a choice that's made in nursing school?
It's really not. Like in nursing school, you kind of get a feel of all specialties, from cardiac to delivering babies to everything, from birth to dying. Okay. You get kind of that experience, and most people kind of think, well, I want to do this or I want to do that. But like when I came out of school, I went straight into OB. I did that for 2.5 years, and then I decided, well, I don't know enough about nursing, so I went to the ER, and that's where I've been ever since.
That's a tough job.
It is a tough job.
It is. I can imagine some of the things y'all see and hear and everything else, and I'm sure the stress in the emergency room is unreal.
It is, but when you got a good team, you make things happen.
It's teamwork.
It is. It's all about teamwork.
Okay, great.
And it's not about going to nursing school for money, because if it's for money, you don't Don't go to school because they're offering big bonuses.
Right, right,
It's not about the money. You got to have compassion, and
right.
you got to be passionate when you care about people. People like good, bedside manner. Take care of somebody like you want somebody to take care of your family.
Right. I think the money aspect is just trying to draw them in.
Yeah, but it's not for the money.
It's not for the money.
Nope.
Okay. Now, what determines what field you go into?
We just kind of decide that. You go in and you kind of get your feel.
Okay.
Before I left the ER, we had a few new nurses that come in. Some of them love the ER, some of them not so much. Some of them prefer like med-surg, and then you have your ICU, your OCD, you gotta have everything. And then you have us in the ER who make a mess and then have to, tie them up and get them ready for the floor. But you kind of find your place once you're kind of out and get your feet wet, kind of.
Okay. Now, something alongside of what we're talking about here, it's a little bit different. What determines which nursing field you go into, such as a hospital, doctor's office, school nurse, home health care, hospice, or private company? Is that your decision?
It's personal preference.
Okay.
Some people just prefer, like with small children, they like the home health care and hospice schedule because it gives you flexibility. Sometimes in the hospital, you're there for 12 hours. Right. But one of the benefits of working in a hospital is most of the time you work 3 on and 3 off. And you have weekdays off. So it's just what you prefer and what benefits your family the best.
Okay. Can we talk a little bit about home health care and maybe who you work for and what their needs are as far as employment goes?
I work for Southern Care New Beacon Hospice here in Sylacauga. We are across from McDonald's. We are a hospice company. A lot of people are using hospice right now to stay out of hospitals and stay out of doctor's offices. It's just safer. It's not like it used to be. Most people think hospice is, this is it. But that's not how hospice works anymore. It's not a place. It's a home. You're at home. You're with your family. And we come in and we take care of you based on your needs.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be that you're dying tomorrow.
Right.
We've had people on service for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
But the earlier you get on and use hospice benefits, the better off you are.
Okay.
And we do have an opening for an RN at our office in Sylacauga.
And this is?
Southern Care New Beacon in Sylacauga.
Okay, great. What hadn't we covered, Heather? What else do you want to, we got a couple minutes. What else can we talk about?
Well, I can just tell you a little bit about, I am a registered nurse, and
Right.
I do still work some in the ER, but I branched out to work with this hospice company to pretty much educate. Because, after I did the COVID vaccines, everybody knows that. After that, I just wanted to go out. I felt like people needed education, and educating families and assisted living facilities that I go to. People are learning that it is not just about dying. It's just about taking care of somebody.
Right.
And being there. So that's why I kind of like this. I've always had a special place in my heart for the elderly
Right.
group, and so that's where I am right now.
Okay. Heather, we're almost out of time. But with that being said, before we go, me and all these viewers want to thank you and all the nurses that stuck with and took care of us during this pandemic. I can only imagine the stress and pressure y'all was under. We was locked down. Y'all was locked in. And we appreciate each and every one of y'all in the medical field for doing the job you do. Thank you. And next week, I'm going to try to get us a school teacher. See you next week.